Welcome back, traders. This is Sandra with Trading Made Simple. Today we're going to go over the iron butterfly. So the iron butterfly, this is great for option sellers. If you're an option seller, then pay attention. This is a great strategy. We really like it here at TMS because it has we utilize it for like a one-to-one risk versus reward. So if we're looking for, let's just say, a 20% profit, then we're looking for a 20% loss. So we like to equally value this risk versus reward on the iron butterfly. We find that we've back-tested it and it works really well for that. Now, if you're not back-testing it, then really you're looking for a sideways market with low volatility. This strategy strives on low volatility. You don't want any spikes of volatility, right? And so that's why it's really nice to be able to back test these types of strategies to see which variables really link in really well. Now, past results don't equal future results, but it can definitely give you a pattern and allow you to keep your finger on the pulse of the market because the market is dynamic and changes. Now, we often use a 0 DTE SPX. We love these types of trades in our community. And the reason is because you can easily make an income daily with these types of strategies without having any overnight risk. So people really like that added benefit. So as we take a look at SPX 0 DTE iron butterfly, you could see what it looks like on a ThinkorSwim graph. You're really looking for a price just to stay inside the butterfly as time is deteriorating. So time deteriorating is what equals your profit. So typically speaking, if you put this on in the morning, because there's a lot more time that this has to expire, it'll take longer to achieve your profit or loss. And later in the day, as an example, it may take maybe just an hour to reach your profit or loss at that point because time is deteriorating quicker at the end of the day than it is earlier in the day. So how do you set one of these things up? Well, an iron butterfly is really just an at-the-money iron condor or two credit spreads, right? At-the-money credit spreads. One call, one put. So let's put that on and let's see how we do that. So if you go to the trade tab here on ThinkorSwim and we look at a single, the single allows you to take a look at delta. Now, if you can't find delta, you could go over here on your layout and change it so you can see delta. But if we go over here, you can see that right here, the 52 delta is 57.05. And you can see the change in color, meaning we're right at the money on the call side. So if we were to use the 57.05 as our selling strike, then we're selling on the call side of 57.05, and we're selling the put side 57.05. And then we're going to get out of the money, we're going to purchase out of the money strikes to give us that protection. And over here, we're going to purchase an out of the money strike to give us that protection. So how does that actually look? Well, you could easily go to an iron condor. You identify that 57.05 was the strike that you're going to be selling. And it doesn't matter whether you do this on the call side or the put side. You're always selling. So let's say we just do it on the call side. It's no big deal. So if you do it on the call side, you could see that you're selling the 57.05. We identified that as the 50 delta. But we also need to sell the put, and that needs to be changed, right, to the 57.05. All right, so now we have our selling of the call, selling of the put. So now we got those selling wings there, right? So now on the call side, we're going to go out of the money $30. Let's make this a 30 wide iron condor, or iron butterfly in this case. And the only reason why it's called an iron butterfly is because the two wings line up at the 57.05. Because they line up together, it makes it an iron fly. So here, for example, we're going to go out. So we're on the call side. We're going to go plus 30. So 57.05 plus 30 is 57.35. And yes, you could get out your calculator. Trust me. And so here we have our call side is done. Now our put side, we have 57.05. We're going to minus the 30, right? We're going out of the money. So that's 56.75. I had to think about that. I believe that's correct. Okay, so we have a credit here of a 1970. So they're going to give us 1970. So remember that when you're selling options, they give you a credit up front. And so then when you buy to close, we're selling to open here. But when we buy to close, if this is actually going for less, then we made money on the deal. If this is more, then we lost money on the deal. So how would you set this up with an automated order so you could set it and forget it? Well, you go right over here to your first triggers and OCO, and you'd right click anywhere on the order and say create an opposite order, because we need a buy order. But we need another buy order, because let's say this is our take profit. Now we need a stop loss. So now we need a duplicate order. All right. So now we have in front of us the template. So here where it says man, you can change it to trigger. And here you can click this to percentage. Now remember that if this is our take profit, we need price to be lower. So we're going to say, okay, let's go a negative 25%. That's our take profit. And our stop loss, we're going to change that to a stop. We're going to change this to trigger. This is going to be a plus 25%. Gives us, oops, got to press that button again for percentage. That is going to give us our stop at 25. And now you have a limited risk, limited reward, low volatility trade. You're selling options, and you'll be able now to set this trade in and forget it. So this is another way that you can use SPX 0 DTE trades. Now let me show you our trade log of just our iron butterflies, so you can kind of get a sense of how much you're either making or losing in this type of trade. So here is our profit and loss trade log for just the iron fly. And you could see that we started this in July of 24. It's September 22nd. It's on the weekend, but here's Friday. And you could see that we lost Friday's trade. But as you take a look at our wins and our losses, you could see that we started the account with 2,000, and it's been about 2 months, and we've made $1,560 for a gain of 78%. And so we really like this type of trade. I hope this really kind of identifies a premium selling strategy that you can utilize to take advantage of sideways choppy markets in low volatility, and where you can have a one-to-one risk versus reward as a premium seller, and you can compound those premiums on an SPX 0 DTE trade, which then allows you not to have any overnight risk if that's what you're concerned with. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, my contact is in the description below. See you in the next video.